Last week, Stability AI rolled out the first major release of its new image generation model, Stable Diffusion XL. We'll examine why this could be a real game changer, what sets it apart from older models and competitors, and most importantly, how you can install and use it. The main point is the improved image quality. As you can see, SDXL sample images are photorealistic, have a high dynamic range, and depict correct anatomy. The next major difference compared to the previous versions is that SDXL is trained on images that are 1024 pixels wide. You can also apply the styles of thousands of artists to your images, and that feature is built into the model itself. You can take a deeper look at the dataset or visit sites like 500 Rabbits SDXL edition, where each style is applied to the same prompt. Check the URLs in the description. Stability AI conducted some tests and concluded that people prefer the new XL model over the Stable Diffusion versions 1.5 and 2. If you are interested, you can see the side-by-side comparison yourself. Leave a comment if you have examples where the old model performs better. In the new version, you can use shorter prompts that use simpler language. Another major difference is that, although not ideal, the new model knows how to generate legible text. It is not 100% accurate, and there may be occasional errors, but the overall improvement is significant. The next major difference is that SDXL consists of two models, a base model and a refiner model, which denoises and adds details to the generated images. The announcement states that you need 8 GB of VRAM for it to work effectively, but I've tested it, and it also works on a computer with 4 GB of VRAM. But you will need to make some trade-offs and accept a longer image generation duration. I'll explain how to make it work with 4 GB of VRAM later in the video. Moreover, it is easier to fine-tune this model to your own needs and train your own models based on it. If you are interested in trying it out, there are various options for how to use it. The easiest way is to use a service like ClipDrop, which takes care of everything for you. You don't need to download or install any scripts, nor do you need a powerful GPU. However, the free version is limited, and the images you generate will have watermarks. If you want more, you'll need to subscribe. We write our prompt, wait a little bit, and the results are fantastic. Similar to those from Midjourney, we get a photorealistic image without any need for prompt magic. The next option is to run it in the cloud using Google Colab or services like RunPod, where you rent the hardware. Alternatively, the third option is to download it to your own computer and run it locally. Continue watching, and I will cover how to do this step by step. Step 1. Grab the URLs from the description and download the base model, the refiner model, and the VAE file. I assume that you already have the Automatic 1111 Stable Diffusion Web UI installed. If you don't, then watch my previous video tutorial on how to install it on your computer. Also, you need to make sure that you are using the latest version of Automatic 1111 Web UI, as older versions do not support the SDXL model. However, if you followed the installation instructions from my previous video, you don't have to worry about that. Everything gets automatically updated each time you run the launcher. Next, open your downloads and move the models to your Stable Diffusion installation folder. The models go into the model folder and the VAE file goes into the VAE folder. Now launch Stable Diffusion. Next, we need to make some minor changes to the user interface. This step isn't necessarily needed, but I'm trying to create a foolproof tutorial that works for everyone. Go to Settings, then User Interface, and add the SDVAE parameter. Click Apply Settings and reload the UI. Then we select the VAE file and the SDXL base model, and we are ready to generate images with the new model. Write a prompt, select a sampling method, and the most important step to achieve quality results is to set the width and height to 1024 pixels. If you don't, you may end up with images that have artifacts and you lose the main advantages of the XL model. The base model has generated a good-looking image, but it's not quite as impressive as what we saw using the ClipDrop service. Remember, SDXL consists of two models, and up till now we've only used the base model. The next step involves the refiner model. Click on Send to Image. Choose the SDXL refiner model. Ensure that the size is correct, and lower the denoising strength setting. I'll explain what each setting means later in this video. I would say that the result after applying the refiner model is as good as we got from ClipDrop. Now you know how to generate detailed images with the SDXL. Let's test if the SDXL is indeed uncensored. We'll generate a photo of a girl. As you can see, it generated it without a problem. I've pixelated some parts, but you get the idea. Let's try one more example. Remember when Midjourney banned all prompts related to Donald Trump being in jail? Let's give that a shot. As you can see, it works too. And this is a base model, not a specialized model trained on uncensored images. And as promised, the images are good looking, there are no extra hands, and we don't end up with something like this. Now, let's take a deeper look at the various settings of the SDXL model. The best way to see how each parameter affects the resulting image is to experiment. However, with so many combinations to try, it would take hours to do it yourself. Fortunately, the team at Replicate has done all this for you and created an interactive website where you can test thousands of variants with a single click, and without any waiting. You can see what happens when you change the scheduler, or how altering the number of steps, guidance scale, or high noise fraction impacts the image. I definitely recommend giving it a try. The link is in the description. Many people believe that you need a high-end GPU with substantial amount of VRAM to try this on your computer, but this isn't the case. If you aren't training your own models, you can use it with 4 GB of VRAM. This video was recorded on a somewhat older laptop with an NVIDIA RTX A2000 video card. All you need to do is add additional parameters when launching Stable Diffusion. Try the Med VRAM first. If that doesn't help, try Low VRAM. However, this setting consumes more gigabytes of regular RAM. If your computer has a low-end GPU and less than 16 gigabytes of regular RAM, it probably won't work. Not much time has passed since the model's release, but additional models are already available on the Civit AI website. The installation process doesn't differ from that of the previous version of Stable Diffusion. Just ensure you select the SDXL filter on the main page. If you require a more detailed explanation, you can watch my previous tutorial on installing and using additional models. You need to download the model that you prefer, place it in the Stable Diffusion model folder, refresh the UI, and you're set to go. Next, copy the prompt from the example and click Generate. We generate the image as usual, then click on Send to Image. Don't forget to select the refiner model and set the correct image size and other parameters. I forgot to adjust the denoising strength and we ended up with a cartoon-styled image. Let's try again, this time with a lower denoising strength value. As you can see, we obtained a similar image, but with less pronounced Asian facial features. High-quality image generation models have huge applications in business. You can dropship AI-generated mugs and t-shirts with almost zero costs, or generate hundreds of logos and promotional materials with a single click. You have to use something like SDXL to remain competitive. Now you know that unlike the Midjourney model, SDXL is free, open source, uncensored, and available for commercial use. You can even build your own startup based on it. You can download it and use it on your own computer without sharing your data with anyone else, and the whole process won't take more than 15 minutes if you are a complete beginner and start from scratch. You should definitely try the SDXL for yourself. If you encounter any issues with installation or usage, please leave a comment and I will do my best to assist you. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one.